Hey guys, Kisa here, and welcome back to another episode. So I kind of failed and didn't record me actually building the castle, but the castle is done. You can see it in all of its amazing glory. I think it turned out fantastic. Put in a little river so my water wheel can rotate, and a couple of gardens. So to make it up for not actually being able to show that, I think I'm going to build a pagoda really quick. Probably in the center of my park because I want it really tall as I can get it with what I have, I suppose. As far as the center goes, near center, I suppose. I guess we'll put it here, in this empty space here. Okay, since I am building an Asian-specific theme park, I did filter for East Asia. And we will just see about building that pagoda, again, as tall as possible, while keeping it kind of similar to my castle, because I want all my buildings to flow together. Okay, so I ended up thinking that I'm going to change some things. So I'm going to build my pagoda over here, and I changed it to be more of a square path than the wonky half circles that I had originally done. And I angled my transformer to where I could get a straight path at it. And my goal is to build something over this transformer to kind of hide it. So the pagoda will go over this. And if I get to make it large enough, I will make it also to where each side will have a shop on it, or a couple of shops depending on its size. Let's figure out how we're going to do that. I'm going to fiddle with this for just a second and see how big I'm going to make it. So essentially what my thought process is, every layer I build, it will go in one and up one, and then in one and up one. So this will only get me 3 tall. But that might be okay if I build the walls up quite a bit. So if we go along the lines of this, and this one was just my placement marker, we're actually going to change that to be an open pathway so they can walk through it. Up one. We're going to go up 2 and in 1. Make sure you're on the inside of the line so when you do your corners, you get those fancy little decorative corners that pop up. So that side I didn't do it. See, I was on the outside of the line. Okay, so from this point on, I'm just going to leave this in fast forward, put on some music, and chime in here and there. I do want to start off saying that I probably should have made the walls at least a half block taller to make up for what the angle of the roof covers. That way it would be slightly taller than what it appears, and I wouldn't have lost that height a little bit. Okay, so that was fun. I am now done building the structure and I'm going ahead and placing the shops. I've noticed that the drink shops tend to sell and make more profit than the food, but not nearly as much as the miscellaneous goods, which I think I'll mix some in there as well, but kind of heavy on the drink shops. As for paths, I tend to stick to having, whether I know there's going to be a lot of people, the thicker paths. I do try and fight it a little bit to get it to let me have a thick path. Eventually I will give up because it's just not going to work. At least that I can get. I probably could have manipulated it a little easier if I hadn't have placed the little nubs right off the shop. But that's okay. I will just Swiss cheese these little paths together and make it like a little mousetrap. I gotta get them their exercise, really is what it is. Oh, and the coverings. I decided to add those too, just as a little extra, because that's just how I am, is a little extra. Well, they won't fit over those, and I don't know what those are for either. Those ones look weird. I am going to spruce up this archway a bit, because it does stick out like a sore thumb. It definitely does not blend in very well. Perfect, yeah. So that fits in a little better. It's still a gaping door, but better than nothing. And a little extra lights off the shop. There we go. I love the fact that they made the windows glow at night. That is really awesome. A little more realistic. Okay, so at this point I am inspecting the fact that the glow of the lights does not make the brick shine really bad. There's a lot of shading out there to where they make things, when lights touch them, they make them glow atrociously. So I was admiring the fact that this game's glow on the lights does not make any surrounding textures glow like they themselves emit light or are oily. So I thought that was nice. I am going to change up some of these light posts because I've decided since doing the franchise that I like them in the middle of the path. It kind of lights up a little more than sticking them on one side or the other, in my personal opinion. Although it does mess with my Tory arch that I had placed there, but that's okay. So at this point, I think that I am going to start working on the landscaping a bit. Turn it back to daytime here. And I don't know why it blinds you when you do that. It gets really bright all of a sudden. But all in all, it is looking really good. I am quite proud with it. I'm not too sure on all the windows in the middle section. I might change that at a later time. But for now, it is what it is. And I did speed this up a little bit faster simply because it's not the most important part. Although path layout is going to drive me up the wall. I don't know why it split it off like that. Yes, there we go. I fix it. Yay! Alright, some places to eat. Another trash can because people are messy even in the AI world. And then, of course, plants. And I do my best not to go gung-ho with the plants. But I might have gone a little overboard. I want it to blend in and not just look like a building sitting out in the middle of nowhere. Ah, yes, security. I think places where people gather to eat or drink and spend money is probably where theft is going to happen the most. Although I haven't seen any reports of theft or any pop ups about theft, since we have security guards and security cameras, I'm assuming it's a lot like Planet Coaster. Haven't noticed anything, and I don't know if that's just because I've had a really safe park. And this is my way of not overdoing the plants, by the way. There. That's a start. And then maybe some of these, goodness, now I can't remember what they're called. Wisterias. But there, I think I am done. I will probably add a park or something next to that empty lot. Nice shot with my Fox's Resolve. So pretty. All right, I think we have ourselves one completed pagoda in all of its gloriness. That was like really fast. But yeah, I am all in all happy with it. Like I said, still really iffy on those windows in the middle. I might change those around a bit. And as for the castle, I do really apologize that I didn't even finish that, like, dropped the ball on it. But I hope the pagoda kind of gives you an insight on how I did it. I obviously added a little more to the pagoda than I did to the castle. And with the roof, I wanted to show you, I did it a bit differently than I did with the pagoda. So this is the roof slant piece, and then this is the decorated edge. It's not double layered theoretically, or technically I should say, like it is on the pagoda. I just put the edge, the decorative edge, a little lower down so you could see the brick wall behind it, purposely so I could add the red to it. I did end up doing double layers on this side though, the bigger and then the shorter version. I did them a little closer than I did on the pagoda there, and the normal part here. This side was a little too skinny, so I didn't even bother putting a thicker version to it. It wouldn't have worked out. It looked a little funky. Same with this side though, it's normal roof piece and then the edge. And this one I let naturally take the shape of the snapping, so there's no space even for the red. And honestly, I kind of like the fact that all the roofs are a little different and adds a little bit more character to it. And as for the little ticks, I ended up just putting the clay tiled roof ridge edge end piece on there to make it match and give that doubled edged effect. I will say it is way easier to just add the double decorative pieces. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I do hope you enjoyed it. I will continue to expand and add on to my Asian themed zoo. But till then, bye.